Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome to Baseball at the White House. The Little League pledge. I want to say a couple words. First, Laura and I are glad you're here at the People's Home. What a wonderful place to play America's national pastime than right here in the backyard of the People's House. And we're glad you're here. We want to for the Boston Red Sox, the great all-star shortstop Nomar. Thank you for coming, sir. Were you a Little Leaguer? Nomar played Little League. I played Little League. I peaked, and he didn't. We're honored to have the greatest voices ever in broadcasting, Bob Costas. We've got other special guests that will be here, and let me just say, without telling you who they are, I want to thank them for coming too. I also want to thank the coaches who are here. Not only the coaches who are here on the grounds, but coaches all across America who take time out of their busy schedules to help young men and women understand the importance of teamwork and playing by the rules, and help young men and women understand that baseball is a fabulous sport. So, on behalf of the President, thanks to all the coaches. And I want to thank the moms and dads, too, who understand how important it is to teach their children the rules of the game, who love their children every single day and love them so much that they're willing to go out and watch them play Little League baseball. There's nothing better knowing that America is full of loving dads who are at the ballparks on every day as the summer unfolds. And so finally, I'd like to say thanks to the players, too. We're sure glad you're here. This is an historic moment, and we look forward to watching you play. And I'd like to ask you to join me in the Little League pledge, if you don't mind. Are you ready? I trust in God. I love my country and will respect its laws. Play fair, strive to win, but lose. I will always do my best. All right, let's play ball.
And with President Bush having placed the first ball atop the tee, we're just about ready to go. Better check the dimensions here for this tee ball contest. It's 80 feet down the left field line. A longer poke to right. You'd have to hit it 85 to get it out. And Death Valley in center field, a full 110 feet to the fence in dead center. It's the Memphis Red Sox from the Satchel Paige Little League who'll bat first against the Rockies from the Capital City Little League. And look who has just arrived. It's the San Diego Chicken. Along with his able assistant, Dugout. The Memphis Red Sox are managed by Quentin Thomas Sr. His coaches are William Harrison and Tanisha Jones. The Rockies are managed by Mark Dirks, and their coaches are Eric Rosenberg and Rick Tempchin. The president and CEO of Little League Baseball, Stephen Keener, is here, and the chairman of the board of Little League Baseball, Ted Reich, is also in attendance. And how about another round of applause for Nefertina Francis from right here in Washington, D.C., who sang the national anthem so beautifully. The Memphis Red Sox from the Satchel Paige Little League will bat first. The game will last until every player from each team has hit once. Nomar Garcia-Parra from the Red Sox on the disabled list at this point. You saw his hand bandaged. He hasn't been able to play for the Red Sox so far this year. One of the great players in recent history, the American League, featuring three of the greatest shortstops who've ever played all at one time. Alex Rodriguez, now with the Texas Rangers, Derek Jeter of the Yankees, and Nomar Garcia-Parra of the Red Sox. Speaking of the Rangers, President Bush's former team, I was speaking with him earlier, and we decided that T-ball might be just the thing for the Rangers. They've got plenty of hitting and no pitching this year. That might work out well. T-ball players are generally between the ages of 5 and 8, and we're just about ready to start. Take the field, guys and girls. The Capital City Little League Rockies take the field. And if I'm not mistaken, there's more than 9 of them out there. I'm not sure how to keep score of this game. There's about 15 players out there, but no one's playing left field. Looks like manager Mark Dirks has to fix his defensive alignment. Well, it was Wee Willie Keeler who said, hit them where they ain't. I don't know if that's possible today. Martina Tischel Adams leads it off and pokes one to the right side. She's on her way to first, and she's in there with an inning-opening single. Martina's 1 for 1. These days in T-ball, about 65% of the participants are boys, and about 35% are girls. Here's Rashad Brockington. Says he likes to play shortstop. Sammy Sosa's favorite player. Wants to grow up to be a doctor. Receives a little coaching. And hits one up in the air toward the pitcher, who makes the catch. Possible double play. Martina, come on back, honey. Come on back to first. Step on the bag and you got 2. There you go, double play. Score that. 1-4-3, I think. And that'll bring up Brittany Brooks. She says she likes to be called Brit. Her favorite team is the Yankees. She loves hot dogs, reading, and the show Sister Sister. Wants to grow up to be a firefighter. Stands in with 2 out and nobody on. Looking for a good pitch. Ooh, swings and fouls it back. And you think the catcher wouldn't see much action in T-ball, but already 2 chances. Brenton Coble on deck. 0-1 the count. Swinging another foul back. Excellent at bat for Brittany, making him work. 0-2 the count. Britt getting ready. And there's a little dribbler out in front of the plate. Britt on her way to first. And she'll make it, beating it out, showing blazing speed. Next up for the Memphis Red Sox, and this is the spirit of Little League Baseball, as the Red Sox manager helps the Rockies catcher adjust the mask. Brenton Coble will be the hitter. He's 7 years old. He's in the 2nd grade. And how cool is this? His favorite player is Jackie Robinson. He likes Winnie the Pooh, math, and the Power Rangers. Brenton with a good eye. Not going to swing on anything bad, you can tell that. He lines it up, cuts away. Oh, a swing and a miss. That slider fooled him. Here's the 0-1 offering. Oh, he powers one to right. Oh, what a catch! An incredible catch! A wicked line drive and an absolutely stunning catch. In right field, the chicken paying homage. A sparkling play. Give me the name of the player who made that catch. Daniel Allen with a play that would have made Willie Mays or Roberto Clemente proud. Nice catch, Daniel. I just said that. Daniel Allen bringing the crowd to its feet with easily the defensive gem of the day. Brian Griffin steps in. And he rolls one toward first. It'll be a close play at the bag, but she gets there in time to record the out. It's the 5th out here in the 1st inning, but we're not really keeping track. And that'll bring up Makeda Jade Hankerson. Makeda Jade Hankerson. She's 7 years old. She's in the 2nd grade. Says she enjoys the Orioles, which shows she has a charitable spirit. Makeda getting ready, but in no rush. Hits one toward the pitcher. It takes a wicked, crazy hop, and there is no play at first base. A wild throw, but Makeda will hold on. So that'll bring up William Kelly Harrison, but he likes to be called Akeem. He's 7 years old. He's in the 2nd grade. His favorite team is also the Orioles. Shockingly, he likes pizza and the Rugrats. The favorite book he's read is the Jackie Robinson story, and he wants to be a pediatrician. Moving up a bit closer in the box. A swing and a long drive toward right center. That one's in the gap, and it'll go all the way to the fence. Looks like it could be a ground rule double. It's beyond the barrier. And runners will be at 2nd and 3rd. Makeda not quite sure where she's headed. That would be 3rd base. She's in there. Up steps Kofi Hodge. He's a switch hitter, it says here. But in T-ball, the exact percentage of batting one way or another isn't clear, so he decides to bat righty. Oh, and Kofi not only fouls it back, but does some damage to the tee. A wicked cut by Kofi. Kofi says he likes math and X-Men. Here's the 0-1. And it's second and third. And there's a pop into center field. It drops. It's a Texas League hit. It'll go all the way to the bunting in center, and 2 runs will score. Makita Hankerson and Kofi Hodge. Actually, Akeem Harrison came home on the base hit by Kofi Hodge. So 2 RBIs for Kofi. If I've got the right lineup, that'll bring up Kendall Keeling. Kendall is 7, in the second grade, likes the Yankees, would like to grow up to be a baseball player. The young Derek Jeter or Bernie Williams eyes the ball and pops one out toward the pitcher. It drops, takes another wicked hop. The play to first, not in time. Runners at first and second with 6 out. This has the makings of a big inning, apparently because there are unlimited outs. Here's Deron Lee. Deron is 7, is in the first grade, likes Scooby-Doo and Pokemon, and also says he likes to read the Bible. Rolls one toward first. Nice play, unassisted. The runners move up to second and third. Good stop, Jake. Like any good backstop, Jake is ready to mix it up. Who's the blonde at first base? She's made a number of good plays. Claire Devaney. Nice job, Claire. Now here's Brendan Porter, one of the youngest players. He's 5, he's in kindergarten, but to show you how the world has changed, he's in kindergarten, and it says here he likes computers. What does he want to be when he grows up? He says just like his daddy. Memphis Red Sox try to get something going here in the first. He punches it to the opposite field. And that one gets away from Claire, although she kept it on the infield and saved a run. Look at Jake behind the plate. Jake's like Ivan Rodriguez back there. Nothing gets by him. Up comes Omar Richards, 7-year-old second grader. Wants to grow up to be a policeman. His favorite subject is spelling, and he could spell trouble for the Rockies here. Runners at first and third. We've lost track of the outs. He chokes up a bit on the bat. Swings and punches one towards second base. Up with it, juggles it, tries to beat the runner to the bag, but no. The force was on. Good heads-up play. But Brendan Porter just beat Corey to the bag. Here's Kevin Smith. Kevin's in the first grade, 7 years old. Says he'd like to grow up to be a baseball player. Says he likes baseball because he feels like he owns the town when he's at bat. 2 on, and here's a drive to deep right, way back. It's one bounce against the fence. It ricochets back toward the infield. 1 run scores, and the other runner stops at third. The bases are loaded. Kevin owned the town with that one, and the sacks are juiced. What a spot for Jalen Stewart. 3 ducks on the pond. This 7-year-old likes computers. His favorite book is Charlotte's Web. Favorite player, Sammy Sosa. Let's see if he can slam one with the bases loaded just like Sammy. Swings and fouls it back. Some rhythmic clapping from the crowd. At least from the fans of the Satchel Paige Little League. The tension mounts. Bases loaded. Quentin Thomas on deck. Jalen Stewart pops one toward first. Claire comes in. It's off the edge of her glove. A run scores. Everybody moves up a base. Good try, Claire. And the bases remain loaded. And here comes Quentin Thomas. Quentin is a very practical young man. When asked why he likes baseball, he said, because it allows me to meet the president. First left-handed hitter we've seen. And here's a pop to the opposite field. It's in there for a base hit. One run scores. Running right by the stop sign, right by the chicken. Two-run score. Here comes Drew Van Hoos. She's 8 years old, in the second grade. Bizarre calls coming from the chicken. Anything in his direction is definitely a foul ball. All right, I'm sorry. Drew's favorite player is Satchel Paige. She likes science and Harry Potter. Wants to be a veterinarian. And pokes one back to the box. Here's the play. Uh-oh, a little indecision and everybody's safe. The Memphis Red Sox have batted around, and their last hitter is Troy Williams. Troy is 5 years old, in kindergarten, and here he comes. What a spot for 5-year-old Troy. The bases are loaded. His manager, Quentin Thomas Sr., working on the grip. Starts out with that Ty Cobb spread hand approach. Now closes him up, choking up a bit on the bat. And Troy pokes one out toward the mound. It could be a close play at first. There's no play. Jake handles it at the plate, limiting them to one more run. And that concludes the turn at bat for the Memphis Red Sox. On to the bottom half of the first, which is the equivalent of the bottom half of the ninth. Memphis Red Sox in the field, and leading off for the Capital City Little League Rockies will be Daniel Paul Allen. It was Daniel who made the great catch in right field. And you know, that's a bit of old baseball wisdom. Isn't it always the player who makes the great play in the field who leads off in the next inning? In this case, after about 17 other batters have had a chance to hit. Daniel with a few practice cuts. He's all business up there. Says math is his favorite subject. That's appropriate. In baseball, statistics are so important. He says he likes to eat spaghetti and wants to be a baseball player so he could follow in the footsteps of Tommy Lasorda. Crowd growing a bit restless as there's a bit of a delay here as we move to the bottom half of the first. All the catchers got to get suited up. Sometimes the instructions given by Little League coaches are a bit different than at the big league level. I just heard one of the Rockies coaches say, "Jacob, tuck in your shirt." Martinez, the catcher, putting a little bit of extra distance between herself and the dish. Not quite as sure of herself back there as Jake was in the top half of the first. All right, here's Daniel, and he swings on the first one, bounces it to second. Play at first. Got him. Wow, what a play. Scored 4-3. Nice play. That'll bring up Patrick Dempsey. Patrick's in the first grade. Look at that stance. Swinging a pop towards second base, and the catch is made. Omar out there at second base has done a good job here. 2 chances, and he's handled them both. Nice job, Omar. And here's the Rockies' first baseman, Claire Devaney. Poked again toward Omar. Blocks it, throws to first. And they retire Claire at first. What an inning for Omar. Omar's not afraid of that ball. Puts himself right in front of it, knocks it down. Well, here's the manager's son, Andrew Dirks. Andrew is 5 and he's in nursery school. His favorite player is Cal Ripken. Andrew swings and rolls it again toward Omar. And this one gets through him. Andrew Dirks on at first. Coached there by the chicken. Omar must be wearing magnets. Everything comes his way. Up steps left-handed hitting Corey Dirks. And he bounces one back to the box. Here's the play at first. What's the call? A disputed call. Out at first base. Wait a minute, a reversal. And they call him safe. So the Dirks brothers get something going here for the Rockies. Back-to-back hits. Brings up Austin Donahue. 7-year-old first grader. Says he wants to be a lawyer or a ball player. Plenty of room for lawyers in modern baseball. Austin pokes one toward the hole. Omar can't get it. It's into right field. It gets through everybody. They're waving Andrew home. Andrew's going to score. And the chicken helps to transport Austin to second base. Trying to keep the rally alive is Abby Fisher, a 6-year-old first grader. Art is her favorite subject, and 101 Dalmatians is her favorite movie. Abby swings and misses and loses the bat in the process. Here's a shot back to the mound. The throw to first. And they get Abby at first. Who's the first baseman for the Red Sox? Jalen Stewart doing a good job at first. In Little League ball, you need a good first baseman. Someone can hold on to those throws. And Jalen's been doing it. That brings up Andrew Gaffney. His favorite player, he says, is Babe Ruth. And showing an interest in all things historic, he says he wants to grow up to be a paleontologist. Fouled away. Andrew is 6. He's in the first grade. With a man at third. A little nubber out in front of the plate. That's a fair ball. Could be a tough play. Let's see what the call will be. The ball has to go outside that semicircle in front of the plate for it to be in play. So that brings Andrew back to hit once more. It's a good idea to run everything out, though, so that was good. And a foul back. The chicken has a better idea. And gives birth to twins. And Andrew makes contact. Here's Omar, the flip to first. Jalen makes the play there. And Andrew is retired. The right side of the infield for the Memphis Red Sox is airtight. And that brings up Sam Giazzaglo, who was born in Sydney, Australia. And I guess this is beyond dispute. It says here he's the first Greek-Australian ever to play baseball at the White House. He's 7 years old, in the first grade, loves chocolate and wants to be a teacher. Sam swings and misses. 0-2 the count to Sam. And there's a roller back to the mound. No play, no play. Sam reaches base. That brings up Jordan Hare. This first grader wants to be a teacher or a coach. Here's another chance for Omar. This one bounds away. Runners are at first and second. And it brings up Kate McDonough, who is the great-granddaughter of the wonderful sports writer for the Washington Post, the late Shirley Povich, one of the great sports writers ever, who wrote until he was in his 90s and saw them all firsthand. Cobb, Ruth, Walter Johnson, all of them. Kate is a sixth-generation Washingtonian. She rolls one back to the mound. The play at first, retires her there. And that'll bring up Alex Povich, who is the great-grandson of Shirley Povich. Already, he's got a baseball nickname, Alex Go-Go Po Povich. Says he wants to be an architect. He lines one back to the mound. Omar has it go through him at second base. Here's the throw from short center field, not in time. A run scores, and runners are at the corners. Baseball cards and the sports pages of the newspapers. And Jacob with a bouncing ball to second base. Everybody's safe. And another run scores for the Rockies. Here's Adam Tempchin, son of Coach Rick Tempchin. He says his favorite players are his brother Jake and Sammy Sosa. Is this Adam? There we go. Oh, that's right. You've got Adam Zeitler on deck and Adam Tempchin at the plate. With the confusion resolved, here's a grounder back to the mound. Clean play, throw to first. Jalen's got him, and Adam is retired. Red Sox looking sharp out there from the Satchel Paige Little League. And here's the game's final hitter, Adam Zeitler. With runners at second and third. Adam's favorite player is Mark McGwire. Let's see if he can go deep here. And Adam rifles one toward Omar. He's up with it. Throw to Jalen. They get Adam at first base. And the Memphis Red Sox end the first inning the way they began it, looking very sharp in the field. How about a big round of applause for all the ball players?
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated for a special presentation to our Little League players.
Folks, every participant today will receive a special presidential baseball. And let's begin with the Memphis Red Sox, and please move toward the president in the order in which you're called, beginning with manager Quentin J. Thomas, Sr. And his coaches, William Harrison and Tanisha Jones. And now the players. Martina Adams. Rashad Brockington. Brittany Brooks. Brenton Coble. Brian Griffin. Look at Brian scoot. Makita Hankerson. Hakeem Harrison. Kofi Hodge. Kendall Keeling. Deron Lee. Brendan Porter. Hustle, Brendan. Next is the second baseman who played so well, Omar Richards. Followed by Kevin Smith, Jr. And here's that first sacker for the Red Sox, Jalen Stewart. Quentin J. Thomas, Jr. Drew Van Hoos. And Orrin Williams. And now the Rockies from the Capital City Little League, their manager, Mark Dirks. And his coaches, Eric Rosenberg and Rick Tempchin. And now the Rockies players, Daniel Allen, who made that great catch in right field. Best play seen in Washington since the Senators left town. Patrick Dempsey. Claire Devaney, who did such a good job at first. Andrew Dirks. Dirks.